Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, and salutations to you, sincere brothers teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled, In Righteousness Shalt Thou Judge. In the brotherhood, we will judge one another. And when we judge one another, we have to apply wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. We cannot have a respect of persons, mindset. When you do so, you enable ongoing behavior, which means that brother will continue to do wicked things, all right? And those wicked things can cause that brother to be judged by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, as well as you being judged for not saying nothing. And this also can promote confusion within the brotherhood. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. Leviticus 19:15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. And that's point blank, period. Okay? Deuteronomy 1:15. Now, the reference point is Moses, and this is when he's setting up captains over the nation of Israel to assist him with delegation of tasks. And he received this technique from his father-in-law. So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, and captains over hundreds, and captains over fifties, and captains over tens, and officers among your tribes. And I charged your judges at that time, saying, Hear the causes between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him. Verse 17, Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is the Most High's. Which brings me to Deuteronomy 5:33. Ye shall walk in all the ways which the Lord Yahweh your power have commanded you, that ye may live, and that it may be well with you, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess. Okay, so do what's right before the Most High steps in and judges you. For the judgment is the Most High's, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. Deuteronomy 16:19. Thou shalt not wrest judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift. For a gift do blind the eyes of the wise, and pervert the words of the righteous. All right, so when you see a brother going off, you can't look at it from the perspective of, well, he does this for me, or he has done this for me. Okay? No, you judge accordingly. All right? You utilize righteous judgment. Proverbs 24:23. These things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. All right? And that's self-explanatory. Proverbs 28 and 21. To have respect of persons is not good, for a piece of bread that man will transgress. All right? Which brings me to Deuteronomy 5 and 32. Ye shall observe to do therefore as the Lord Yahweh your power hath commanded you. Ye shall not turn aside to the right hand or to the left. All right? So do accordingly to the manner of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, let's look at let's look at an account. Galatians 2 and 7. But contrariwise, when they saw that the gospel of the uncircumcision was committed unto me, and that me is referring to Apostle Paul, as the gospel of the circumcision was unto Peter, verse 8, for he that wrought effectually in Peter to the apostleship of the circumcision, the same was mighty in me toward the Gentiles. And when James, Cephas, and John, who seemed to be pillars, perceived the grace that was given unto me, they gave to me and Barnabas the right hands of fellowship, that we should go unto the heathen, and they unto the circumcision. Only they would that we should remember the poor, the same which I also was forward to do. But when Peter is the head apostle, okay, was come to Antioch, I withstood him to the face, because he was to be blamed. All right, so Apostle Paul is telling us that he had to correct Peter. All right, verse 12, for before that certain came from James, he did eat with the Gentiles, but when they were come, he withdrew and separated himself, fearing them which were of the circumcision. So this is the reason why Apostle Paul withstood Peter to his face. All right, because Peter was being a hypocrite. Verse 13, and the other Jews dissembled likewise with him, insomuch that Barnabas also was carried away with their dissimulation, and dissimulation is hypocrisy. Verse 14, but when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel, I said unto Peter before them all, if thou, being a Jew, livest after the manner of Gentiles, and not as do the Jews, why compellest thou the Gentiles to live as do the Jews? All right, so Apostle Paul corrected Peter for being a hypocrite. All right, and he did not utilize a respecter of persons mindset. He judged accordingly to the law, statutes, and the commandments. Okay, so Peter was going off, and Apostle Paul corrected him for doing so. Going back to Leviticus 19 and 15, ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Okay? And in the book of Galatians, the 2nd chapter, this is an account of righteous judgment being applied, and not having a respecter of persons mindset. Okay, and also Apostle Paul was an elder as well. All right, so everything has to be in decency and in order. Okay, that was the reason why Apostle Paul could correct Peter as well. Okay. Last precept, Acts 10 and 34. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth I perceive that the Most High is no respecter of persons. Lord willing, you are edified. Shalom.